It's the Green Bay Packers. What are their expectations?
Coming into this season, man, ironically enough, I think Packers fans are expecting Aaron Rodgers to return and keep everything normal because you look at a couple things that's happened. He's playing off the feud, saying everything is just fine and simple, and he's taking vacation and doing what other players always do. But also, he actually just renewed his membership at a country club in Green Bay. When we saw Brady going to leave, house is on the market. We've seen other players putting things up for sale, LA players. Like, we know when the personal start getting involved, okay, this player really might be moving. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is ready to eat this much money because he wouldn't make as much with Jeopardy. And at the end of the day, renewing that, you got to have some sort of ties, unless you're just going to vacation back. But, I mean, if the fan base is this divided, we'll see what happens, man. But on to the next point here. So, Eric Stokes got pulled at the end of the first round. I thought it was a reach. I think he was the second best corner coming out of Georgia. But either way, they did have Eric Stokes come in there. And you look at what Kevin King did in the NFC title game, they really, that's sticking really hard with the Packers. So they want to be able to make up for that. And then also this entire defense, they always, like I was telling Mike before we got on the show, they might play 7 to 9 good games of defense. And then after that, you're kind of wondering, okay, what is this Packers team? What's going to happen? And of course they expect to win the division. Now, we go to the reality. I think Aaron Rodgers actually does stay. I think all these signs are pointing that he's going to be back in Green Bay. And the Packers were ready because we saw Jordan Love, getting some time at the podium. Can he play, improving and doing great, just throwing the football around the yard. And we got Matt LaFleur just really handling the media as best as he can, but he's going to get his guy back in the building. But unfortunately, I think this team is looking for a divisional round exit in the playoffs because they've been to back-to-back NFC title games. They've been exploited pretty heavily in these NFC title games as well. I mean, you even have one at home in your second year head coach. And yeah, the GOAT's coming in. And nobody had ever won in Green Bay on the road in the playoffs except Tom Brady. So he came in there and did it. And then also, I think at the end of the day, the defense will be the weakness of the Green Bay Packers because they always struggle to stay consistent. And there weren't too many major differences for me that made me think, oh, yeah, this team is definitely going to be even a top. I mean, I think you got to be top 10, top 15 to have a Super Bowl defense. So maybe they could have a defense that lets them win a Super Bowl, but I think it's going to be really a slight on the team at the end of the day. So I do have them winning the division, though.
Okay, I mean, I have to make a correction because I hear the murmurs over there in the corner. 2004, the Falcons beat Green Bay at Lambeau in the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
That actually did happen, so that wasn't the first time. I know what they're. I didn't even hear what they said, but I knew what they were murmuring about because I knew what you said. I was like, "Oh God, the Falcon fans heard you say that."
Atlanta getting no respect.
Yeah, so like let me correct that piece.
I wasn't talking about that at all, but okay, go ahead.
But I'm not even a Falcon fan, but I know that that's not true.
I appreciate you throwing the facts out there, though.
Like I know that's not true because I know that has happened, and that's what the Vic apology. You a Vic fan?
What's that?
How are you a Vic fan and you didn't know that?
I'm so sorry.
Come on now, I'm bothered by that.
It's okay. You can be disappointed.
So, man, for the Green Bay Packers, they were 13-3 last season, lost an NFC Championship game to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Their expectations this season, I have them tiered. 2 sets of expectations, with A-Rod and without A-Rod, because we really can't do it any other way.
Right.
We don't know what he's going to do. If A-Rod plays, the expectation should be a 14-3 season. They were 13-3 last year. 1 extra game added to the slate. 14-3, not an outlandish expectation at all. That should come with a Super Bowl run. Without Aaron Rodgers, I'm looking at 6-11, maybe 5-12 as an expectation. If you're putting Jordan Love out there with your product, I mean, you can't expect the world coming from that. The reality, their run defense is weak. Their O-line has holes, and Aaron Rodgers is disgruntled. So even if he comes back, he may not be the guy that we had last year. He was the MVP of the entire league. So we're going to have to really see what version of A-Rod we get, what kind of an offensive line they've got, how their defense shows up. So just look at who they're playing next year. They got the NFC West, the AFC North. There are 3 games based off them winning the division and their division games. So we'll tailor it back up to the NFC West. You got San Francisco, Seattle, the Rams, and the Arizona Cardinals. I got them going 2-2 in that division with Aaron Rodgers. Without him, 1-3. AFC North, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, Cincinnati, 3-1 against that division because of the way they match up. Without him, 1-3. There are 3 games that they got to play against division winners. That's a beast right there. They got the Saints, the football team, and the Chiefs. With Aaron Rodgers, 2-1. Without Aaron Rodgers, 0-3. They won't beat any of those teams if he's not playing. And within the division, I think the division actually is the closest thing they have to consistency. You got Chicago twice, Minnesota twice, Detroit twice. If Aaron Rodgers is there, 4-2. If he's not, I still have him at 3-3. Because they're familiar with those teams. Those teams they actually can beat without him. So what I got you as a grand total, with Aaron Rodgers, 11-6. Without him, 5-12. That's where I'm at with Green Bay.